Okay, now in this example, I am going to demonstrate how QuikScout inMotion can be used to help both the technique and really help in safety. One of the things that has been talked about a lot lately is the concussion thing, especially with the NFL just lately banning running backs from putting their head down when they're running. We're going to use QuikScout inMotion to teach the proper way to tackle. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the QuikScout inMotion. And we've got some Coach's Choice videos, throughout our examples here. I'm going to open up linebackers. And from my drop-down menu, I'm going to choose our form tackle from the back view example. Now when this opens up, you'll see on the left side and the right side essentially the same video from Coach's Choice. It's the same player doing a drill 2 different times. And in this example, we're essentially comparing, how the player makes the tackle. So what I'm going to do here is I want to take, the model here on the left side. I want to put it up against one of my own players. All right. So the way you do that is you have this example loaded up, and you just click where it says duplicate. I'm going to click that, and what it does now, it asks me for a name, and I'm just going to put tackling Smith. Let's say I'm looking at player Smith. I'll go ahead and hit OK. And now it creates a new example up here with all those same settings. Those 2 videos, they're synchronized up. And it really allows you to take this model video and put your own player against it. And the way you do that is over here on the right side, I'm just going to click Change Video. And I'm going to go now and find my own player, the video for my own player, which I happen to have here in a tackling folder. And I'm going to open it up. So now if you look at this example, you'll see on the left side number 41. And now on the right side, you'll see number 9, which let's just for this example assume that this is my own player. Okay? Now, what we need to do here is we need to sync these videos up so that they start at the same time. The way you do that is you get the video on the left and the video on the right at some point that is exactly the same first. So I'm going to turn this video off, and on the left side, I'm going to get this player here. I'm going to fast forward it until impact. So I'm going to just go a little bit here, and we'll say right there. Then I'm going to turn this one off, turn this one on, and run this one to the same thing. We'll say right about the impact area. And we'll say about right here. Now they're both at the impact area, so that means they're hitting at the same time. Now what I want to do is I want to back this up so they both start at the same time. And we'll say that's about... say that's about right here. And now what you do is you click the the start time button on both sides, and that'll now reset so that they're both starting at the same time. And now they're both synchronized up. So what we can do is we can run this in slow motion. You've got your playback speed here. We can play it, or you can just step through it, a third of a second at a time, a tenth of a second at a time. You can run through these 2 players at exactly the same time doing the technique. So if we were to look at this one, you can see that both players are actually pretty good as they go through. This player here is kind of lunging a little bit more, but if you notice, both of them are essentially looking up at who they're about to hit. That's one of the big things, is not ducking your head. They want to make sure that you kind of see who you're about to tackle. And I like the way that the arms are kind of coming out. It means they're about to wrap up who they're going to do. You see a lot of players, in football now go for the big hit and just try to lead with their shoulder. But in this case, these players are leading, they're looking up, and they wrap their arms around the player they're about to hit. Now the nice thing about this program is because we've synchronized, when we're done, all we have to do is hit that replay button, and we're right back at the beginning, and you can run through it again. So you can go through this a few different times with your players. Now the point of this program is, how do you take this technique, how do you take these videos that you just learned and share them with your players so that they can look at it also? And that's what that Dropbox is all about. If I was to close this, go back to my desktop, I've got my weights video here. So if I open that up, you can see, here's my model video from Coach's Choice, and here's my player video right here. Down in the bottom right hand corner, if I right click and I open up my Dropbox, I go into my shared folder, the one that I created in the football demo. I go into my football team, and I'll go into my linebackers, And if I want, I can take both of those videos, I can copy them, and then I can right click here and I can paste them into the Dropbox. And anytime that I paste them into the Dropbox, if the players are at their computer and they have their Dropbox running, you can see it's running down here in the bottom right hand corner, they'll get a little notification that says, hey, new videos have been uploaded. And then you can let the players know, hey, I just put some videos in there. I want you to look at them. I want you to synchronize them and take a look at what I just looked at, maybe what we talked about earlier today in practice, or something like that. So that's how you use it to look at proper tackling.